Good morning, friends. Our today's topic is regarding the Right Information Act 2005. So, it has been 15 years since the RTA Act has come into force. 15 years have elapsed, but still it is crippled by huge backlog. Yesterday it has come in the press that more than 2.2 lakh cases are pending with the information commissioners. Maybe the state information commissioner or central information commissioner coupled with all these things, we will go to the, we will dissect the CIC wise later. But anyway, more than 2.2 lakh cases are pending with information commission. Friends, you may be knowing this Act, Right Information Act, is passed with the international covenant recognizing the concept of right to know. So everybody, every citizen has got a right to know about the happenings of the state. That means the schemes by the central government, the schemes by the state government, how they are being applied, or how much of amount is spent on them. So this all can be known through the use of the information technology, Right Information Act. That means one way it can definitely it will be a useful tool actually to fight against corruption, right? So definitely the role of the RTI commissioners in crucial aspects, particularly now we are suffering with the corona pandemic. At this time, the common man should know the health proposals. What are the health proposals? How a person has to go to the has to go to the hospital, what security he will get, how much of the so-called benefit he will get, all these things he has to know. Otherwise, without RTA Act, it is difficult for the people to know the same. But anyway, the very law, this very law empowers the common man to ask for the information about the central, state, for that matter, the NGOs information, NGOs which are funded by the government, then they can question them. Definitely it will be useful, as I told you, to fight against corruption, because it is otherwise called as a transparency law, right? So the aim at the time of 2005, it was mentioned that the aim of the passing of this act is it is to provide clarity of information, to provide clarity of information to the citizens of India. You know what is information? Information means any material in record, in the shape of document, in the shape of a GO, in the shape of email, in the shape of opinion, in the shape of a press clipping. Everything is information. So you can get. How do you get? You know, according to section 6 of the Act, any person can ask for any information and he need not give the reason for asking for the same information. For example, I can ask the Superintendent of Police Prakasham as to how many employees are there in the DPO, District Police Office. How many of them are on leave? How many are getting more than 10,000 salary? You can ask any type of information, not necessary for the reason, right? But please remember, according to section 8, this is more important, according to section 8, if the authority, you may be knowing, the persons who give reply, they are called as public authorities. So if whenever you go to any office, it will be very clearly mentioned that so and so is the public authority, so and so is the information commissioner, like that they will be written, IPO, right, like that they will written. Anyway, so whenever the public authority thinks that it is dangerous to the sovereignty and integrity of India, and whenever it is forbidden by the court, and under such circumstances, they will not give the information. Whenever the information relates to a third party, with the consent of the third party, they can give the information. But without the consent, they will not give the information. Right? What are the checks and balances? You may be knowing. It will be in section 5 of the Act. So normally, whenever you file an application, the reply has to come within 30 days from the public authority or public information officer. They have to give information within 30 days. If they don't give the information, then you can go in appeal to the state commissioner. right? They have also to give information within 20 days or 21 days. If they don't give information, then the second appeal will be with the Central Information Commissioner. This is the hierarchy. Of course, you know the procedure, right? But the punishment, please, yeah. If the public authority violates his gross duty of supplying information, then he can be taken to task and he can be imposed a fine of ranging from 5,000 to 25,000. But please remember, the imposition of fine in all the disposed cases by the RTA till now, it is only 2.2% only, that is peanuts. Right? Now, to be frank, I can tell you that after Madabush Sridhar, okay, no, I should not tell the names there. So, right from August 2019, there is no Chief Information Commissioner for the entire state. Of course, normally the state governments also will appoint the so-called retired bureaucrats as the information commissioners and also information commission members. The turnout by them, of course, already they are retired people. The turnout by them is considerably very, very low. That's why the pendency. Of course, you may be saying that one of the main reasons for the pendency is the adequate number of staff is not there. Even the Central Information Commission is crippled with inadequacy of the staff. Even for example, Andhra Pradesh, so there should be minimum 3 information commissioners. Somebody is posted, retired police officer by name Sri B.V. Raman Kumar, retired DIG is posted, but so far he could not take charge. Reasons may be so many, but these are the problems. So without proper staffing, without number of sufficient staffing, then they may also not be able to function very well. And what I want to tell you is, regarding public authorities, there is no fear among the public authorities or government officers regarding this RTA Act implementation. That means they are acting with immunity. That means they think that they are above the law. The law cannot do anything. That means it is a toothless law in their opinion, because action is not being taken. You may be knowing the public authority, he may be given a show cause notice, he will come back, he will give some information. Of course, the information commissioner might have worked as a bureaucrat. He, of course, he may be satisfied with the explanation. With the show cause notice, action dropped. Of course, if he gives the information, it's okay. Right? So, going to the extent of the so-called penalizing, going to collecting the amount, all these things are not going on. That's why the authorities, they are taking it as an impunity, and their activities are also giving actually a bad impression among the public also. Right? Public, normally, there are so many human rights, just like human rights activities, there are so many these RTA activists. Of course, I can say as an experienced person, I can say that this has gone to the hands of certain litigant people, even though they do not have any work with that. In order to frighten or in order to threaten the government officers, they are asking for all nonsensical questions. That problem is also there. But still, when once the act is passed, you have to take it to the right perspective, not to be threatened or not to be bullied by the so-called litigants. No doubt, litigants are there, but it is the duty of the public authority to give information, to give the required information to the concerned people. If not, the people will definitely, one day or again, they will report and they will revolt and things may change. Anyway, so this is mainly used for the poor and marginal people. If the poor and marginalized people do not know about the public health emergency, then where they can go? They have to approach the RTA. Whether, so for example, if I say some person is affected with COVID-19, he has to go to the RIMS hospital. So normally what they say is RIMS hospital is full without beds. Then there may be some vacancies. If you put a question under RTA, definitely he has to tell that so many beds are vacant. So that is the use of the RTA Act, but it is totally crippled with the staff shortage and also so much of backlog. So backlog is there. So very recent, not recently, about 2 or 3 months back, the Vice President of India, Sri Venkaiah Naidu, he also stated when he attended that Andhra University function. So he said Suppose the pendency in the Supreme Court, if this pendency at this stage it has to be cleared, it will take 300 years. Likewise, the pendency if in this current stage, Odisha Commission may take 7 years, right, to dispose the pendency. The petitions pending with the CIC, they may take 2 years for clearing, right? Maharashtra, it has got the highest number of the so-called pending appeals, 59,000. UP, 47,923, just 3,000 less. And the Central Information Commissioner, they have got a pendency, this office got a pendency of 35,653. So ultimately, what I request the Honorable Government is to post the information commissioners to give them some paraphernalia, to give them the material, to supply them the staff, then definitely there will be good results and the public will have the advantage of the RTA Act, that is right to know. Definitely they will be knowing each and everything, right? Thank you.